Joining us now for more on the Israeli government's position is Yossi, a minister in the current government and a former general in the Israeli army. Welcome to World Focus. Why won't Israel investigate what happened in Gaza?
Israel investigated in many ways what happened in Gaza. What we think about this report of this committee, it's the first time that Hamas get, by the mandate of this committee, the first time the Hamas get a kind of legitimate organization by the mandate. Secondly, in this report, nothing has been mentioned about 7-8 years that the south part of Israel was under attack of the Hamas shelling, rockets, whatever.
Well, the report does single out both the Israeli government's actions and Hamas, but I wanted to ask you very specifically about the report accusing Israel of, and it says, deliberately targeting civilians and using Palestinians as human shields. How do you respond to that?
I try to respond, and I will try to do it again. Israel was under attack 7 years. The civilians along the Israeli border in the south part was attacked by the Hamas, the Palestinians, 7 years. Israel tried to do the best not to escalate the situation. But in 2006, we came in a situation that we cannot allow our citizens continue to live such under attack. When a group like Hamas is using Israeli moral limitation that we took on ourselves not to respond many years, they translate it that they are able to do whatever they want. For example, the shelling on our citizens comes out from Palestinian schools. They did it because they were sure that we shall not respond. Why they were sure? Because of our moral limitation. But they push us to the corner, they push us to the point that we have the right and the obligation to protect ourselves. They act between civilians, and because they act between civilians, I'm sorry, there's also civilian Palestinian that were hurt by us. We didn't have another choice. We have to protect ourselves. It's an obligation of the authorities in Israel through their citizens along the border.
But what do you make of the findings of the report that Israel has already said that they felt that it was prejudged? I mean, for our audience who doesn't understand what prejudged means, let's talk about that a little bit. What do you mean by it being prejudged?
For example, I shall tell you, one of the members of this committee is a British professor to international law. Few months ago, the professor, the British professor, that is one of the members of this committee, said, Israel has no right to defend herself. Now, if somebody like that, with such an opinion about Israel, is member of this committee, what do you expect us to feel through such a committee?
But do you also understand that by not investigating, that it possibly leaves the impression that Israel has something to hide?
Israel has nothing to hide. Israel has nothing to hide. I said it very clearly. We have tried many years not to respond, many years, and we pay a price for it. And the price is leave our citizens, our villages along the southern border under the attack of Hamas. When we came to the point that we have to respond because we have the obligation to protect our civilians, our children, we have to act, and we act. And because, as I said, because the Palestinians understood our moral limitation, they are acting for civilian areas. And that's the reason that civilian Palestinian has been hurt.
Okay, Yossi, thank you very much for joining us on World Focus.
Thank you.